Once again, we're live from Louisville. This is the Ultimate Deck Podcast back in Louisville. That's how I used to say it until I came down here.
That intro is very much like Night at the Roxbury.
We are very much Night at the Roxbury. There's some chest bumps.
It is a Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, hey, it's Chris.
We're here at the Instagram meetup at the Decorators booth 1019 at Deck Expo in Louisville. I have to say it that way now. I can't do it.
I can't do the soft I.
Yeah.
I'm just going to continue being Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
We can even take it one step further and call it Louis.
All you want to do is jump bandwagons right away because you call it composite now, too.
You are a bandwagoner.
I'm all about
sure.
understanding my audience. Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, it sure beats fighting dudes with treasure trails.
That's true.
There it is. There's our...
Truer words have never been spoken.
Our most favorite button on this little machine we got here. So what we're doing here is we're doing an open mic podcast here. We got a whole bunch of people at the booth. There's probably 50 people sitting here at the booth drinking beers and getting to know each other. And we thought, hey, what an opportunity to sit some people down, talk about them.
What they do, who are they?
Whatever, right? So we got Kevin.
Where's Kevin?
And understand this is live, folks, so this is going to be like...
awkward.
Not super
Come on over,
continuous,
Kev.
but here we got. Here he is. First guy is going to pop a squat. Look at the dress
The myth,
on this guy.
the man, the legend.
The dress on this guy is unbelievable. Have you ever seen this guy not dressed to the nines?
I don't think I've. Here, slide over a little bit here.
Hold on.
So we've got Kevin. What's your last name?
Boyd.
Yes. Kevin Boyd.
Yeah.
So from NFDI, what does NFDI stand for?
Neighborhood Fence and Deck.
That's right.
There we go.
Thanks for having me on,
Neighborhood
guys.
Fence and Deck. So if you're on Instagram, it's just like look up NFDI because nobody else has that acronym.
Right on.
Yeah.
What's
Short.
up with the headphones? Let's get
I
the...
don't know. I think the cord's too short for him.
Yeah, a little bit. It's getting tight up, but
There we go.
we've been all
Sneak in here, buddy.
Up
Sneak
close
in
and
here.
personal.
Yeah, there
all
you go.
week, so.
Nice and
There
close
it
to
is.
the mic.
There it
Speaking of Night at the Roxbury, this completes it right here.
Oh man.
A little bit of Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, we've had some good times together, man.
I'm pretty sure Kev might be the best dressed guy in the industry.
Absolutely.
Industry. Like
we
only
tried.
The industry.
We
In the
tried
whole
last
industry.
night.
That's so funny.
We tried last night, but we just can't.
Man, we had some good times, you know. I tell you, one of the first things I would want to say about this trade show is like it's just such a good group of people. Everybody's so polite, so nice to each other. Man, it's been nothing but good times.
That's what this show is all about, right? Like, we've been coming to the show for 5 years now. You're not seeing many new things. I mean, Decorators had some new products they launched here, which is great. There's a couple things here and there, but for the most part, you're seeing the same stuff every year. But it's the people is the number one reason to come do it.
This is a network event.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've met the best friends I've ever met in my life through Instagram, through you guys, what you guys do, and
Like you've met those friends through us, or we are those people? We are the friends?
Yeah,
you're on the spot.
You guys are definitely one of them.
Okay. Good. Phew.
One of them. We just count as one person now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's awesome, man. So, Kev, where are you? Like, you build fences and decks in your neighborhood? That's what I gather from your name.
Yeah, the name came because we do. We do a lot of large fence projects. So that's kind of when the name came about because we like working in neighborhoods and making neighborhoods better.
Love it.
So that's definitely where it came about. And but right now we kind of focus on more higher end decking and doing lots of nice fancy stuff, lots of lights. Love Inlight. They got all kinds of awesome products. So trying to start to push a lot of more lighting in all of our decks. And
Yeah, man. Have you had a chance to use this Decorators Voyage stuff?
Decorators is top on our list for 2020. It's definitely something we're really
What a
attracted
great
to.
PC answer, hey?
Very,
Are you, you think you're going to run for politics, maybe? What a good answer. It is top for 2020. Hey, I would have said no.
Listen, if Justin Trudeau got in on his looks, this guy's a damn
hands
shoe-in.
down. You are shoo-in by
Shoe
far.
in.
Yeah.
No, man, it's gorgeous
Hopefully
stuff.
you have
though.
more upstairs. What? Anyway.
I love the gorgeous look of the Decorators, but it's also like really, really grippy stuff, man. I'm attracted to it for sure.
Yeah.
It's we kind of joke about this because for a few years, like our store's been open for 4 years, and we've been like kind of decorators, or the distributor at least, has been knocking on our door almost every one of those years up until this year when we finally caved in.
And the testing you guys did on it, that was also something that really helped me. So if anybody hasn't already taken a look at the testing that you guys have done on the decorators, that speaks for itself. It's like impenetrable.
Yeah,
We gave it a real workover. We tried anyway.
We took it to an axe throwing place.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I'll tell you, that makes a big difference to know that it's like you guys are some of my best friends, so I trust what you guys say and what you do, and it makes a big difference for me as a buyer to be able to see what types of tests you guys put on things, different heat tests you've done and stress test, obviously. So, yeah, it makes a big difference.
Thanks, buddy.
We like doing the stress test. I give Wade stress tests from time to see when he'll break too.
Right?
It's not that tough.
I used to have black hair.
Yeah.
Now he gets mistaken for Shane's
Till
father.
I gave
from
him
time to
one
time.
math problem.
Yeah.
Poof, gone. Wait.
Yeah.
So, Kev,
Tell us about yourself.
Kev,
Where are you from? What do you do?
you got recognized down here.
Yeah,
We had a waitress
Oh,
who's
yeah.
like, "You've been on TV before."
That's right.
What's that all about?
No, I
Here
think
we
she
go.
was. I think she might have had a little bit too much to drink, maybe.
Jersey Shore.
no,
watched
she was
Jersey
working.
Shore.
No. Yeah, I tried to push her on your way because I said, you guys are like the famous guys in the industry, and you got a lot of influence, like to whoever's listening. Anyway, everything you guys do, holds a lot of value because you're unbiased. So
But don't be so modest. You've been on the tube.
Yeah, man.
You've been on the tube. Talk about it.
I did a
what are
couple
you doing
things this year. And,
there you go.
It was fun. It was really cool to work with some big celebrities and
You were on Maury Povich.
like the
No,
The Maury
I wasn't
show.
on Maury.
Oh, that wasn't you.
that?
Okay.
No, we got
The
to
paternity
do some stuff with
test?
the Property Brothers and Scott McGilvery and some City TV stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
A lot of fun just to get that exposure and just see the behind the scenes on how it's put together. So, yeah.
And so, what's the idea on that? Like, you're on that TV show. Are you making money at doing that, or is that like it's just like
There's money involved for sure.
Is there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't do it for free.
Yeah.
But it definitely will help to co-brand with these guys and
Certainly.
just elevate. And it was just more of an experience for anything.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a goal in mind when we were doing it. It was just the opportunity came out and I took it.
Yeah, that's good, man. Good for you.
I'll tell you, one of the things that comes to mind just that I thought would be relevant for the podcast here is that, everybody comes here to learn and better themselves and make friendships and network and everything like that. But, looking at the now, I'm really happy to be here with everybody. And I like when I started getting into business, I like the idea of having networking events and doing stuff like this. So even though we're all focused on the future and what we can do better, I'm also really happy to take it in now with a good group of guys and just look at enjoying the moment. So
It's always good to challenge your brain and learn a little bit too, right? And when you drink 12 shots of bourbon the night before, you're really, really challenging your brain. Yeah, try to learn now, brain.
Yep.
But so we talk about this all the time, and entrepreneurship is a lonely place, man, right? And so the only people you can talk to is other people that are in that industry. But you don't want to be talking with your competitors. So events like this are amazing because
What I do, I talk to a lot of my competitors because I wouldn't really call them direct competition anyway. Mike from Simcoe Decks, I've been hanging out with him a lot. He's only an hour away from me. But we share awesome ideas. We're not directly competing on the same jobs, and I think that's what this is all about. I'm friends with everybody. There's never going to be a time where I wouldn't answer somebody's question out of fear that they're going to, get a
Scoop your
competitive
job,
gain.
right.
Yeah. No, I'd be happy because I know it's going to come back around. And anything that I've really struggled with, if anybody ever has any questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out because I don't want somebody to have to struggle as hard as we have to learn a lesson that I could just share with you, whether it's a document. I've been talking with the guys at Cascade Fence and Deck about implementing some better training videos and stuff. So we're working on those internally. So I'm also going to share that with them, and they've been sharing stuff back and forth. So it makes a big difference.
I was watching you guys from afar the other night on Tuesday night out at whatever restaurant we were out there. And
That was
you and
Simcoe.
Mike from Simcoe were going back and forth, showing each other like your quote documents
Yes,
and going through things
right.
and
Absolutely.
just learning from each other. And
Absolutely.
it was like that right there is the coolest damn thing about this whole event.
I took a picture of that because I was the same. I was sitting across the table from you guys, and I took a picture and was just like, at some point this
That's
will
a
make it
creepy
onto
picture.
the internet because it's just like, I
Well, it
love
just shows
it, man.
a lot. It just shows a lot of humility.
You know what? I've got an accounting and finance background, so I got a lot of business knowledge that maybe some people don't have. That I went to school for 4 years
Like me.
for, and so
You got in and out in 4 years? Good for you.
Yeah. Wow.
Show off.
Anyway, we got a lot of documents
could
and
do that.
just a good process in our office, and lots of good like a database, lots of files and stuff that I think it's helped us, and it's taken a long time for us to make, a lot of trial and error, and so that made a big difference.
Another thing you've been doing that I think is great is you've been going back to your jobs and they're done, cleaning them up real nice, bringing some people over, taking some pictures, staging the area, getting some good photography done out of that. That's so
Thank
good.
you. Yeah, you know what we do? I call it a deck celebration. So these customers, they've waited a long time in their life to have a deck like that. Most of our target customers are, let's just say they're late 40s, early 50s, and maybe their kids just went off to school, and that for them is a big moment. And I'm like so proud to see how much they love the deck, and so I host it. I get catering and everything like that. Let them invite their friends and family over, and also then have my team. Maybe my guys can bring their wives and stuff like that, so that they can see where their husbands have been doing at work, and just really get that wow factor.
That's incredible.
That's
cool.
amazing.
That's very cool.
The thing I can't believe is how my spam filter kicked that invite into my trash bin.
yeah,
I didn't see that one.
I didn't see that one either.
I thought for sure.
I'm 100% positive that I sent it to you, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll also
We'll have to go
invite-
back to the archives and check that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll invite some of the reps. So let's just say it was a Trex deck, or if it was a decorator's deck, maybe the reps want to come out and see it as well.
Good for you, man.
And it's a good way to also to network. So like you tell the customer to invite all their friends and everything like that. So what we do is we create the invitation. I have the girls in the office make a nice formal invitation and send it out. So you get the mailing list from your customer and of who she wants to invite or who he wants to invite. And then all their friends potentially then either maybe they want to buy a deck like that, or they know somebody who wants to buy a deck like that. So you get that kind of free exposure. And obviously, like you kind of mentioned, just some pictures of the deck being used for what it was designed for.
Yeah.
Like different functional areas, people chilling out, drinking, eating, using all the spaces that you created will help with marketing content. And I feel like we're really behind on our marketing content. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from people saying that, it seems like we have a good presence, but I have probably 30,000 photos and videos
Of
stuff
yourself?
like that. No, of stuff like that we've shot, right? And so we want to put them into videos and just be able to show, like, look, here's what it looks like being used now.
Yeah.
So good. So if you get those customers to bring their friends over, at that point, I would have to think that it is now
Just a matter
your
of
job
time.
to lose for their deck, because they have experienced working with you before they've even worked with you.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, this guy's top notch. He builds a good deck. He hosts a party. He's proud of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
We get like the branded
I'd call you immediately if I was a guest at that.
get like the branded tablecloth out, and I've been doing some like Instagram live video while you're at it too. Just as many ways as you could kind of market that final.
yeah.
It took it takes a long time to, by the time you've earned the sale, built the deck, cleaned it, got it all ready like that, it's worth a celebration for you, for your team, and just again obviously have some drinks and just celebrate. And I usually give the customer a gift. We're going to kind of start to turn it into a red ribbon ceremony and do like a ribbon cutting. And
You're doing it right, man.
There you go.
You're doing it right.
So good.
That's awesome.
a nice
Listen,
bottle.
do this.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us here. Thanks for stepping up.
Yeah, thanks
Sitting
for having
down.
us. Yeah, it was a good
Awesome.
time.
Do you have
We
any
had the
questions?
decorators booth, and
Any questions for us? Do you have any?
I know
On the
everything about
spot
you
again.
guys. Yeah,
I know more than you think I know.
I know. I'm just wondering, how many drinks we're gonna have tonight. That's about it.
That I can't answer. Right?
Yeah,
It's the Nadra Awards tonight, hey?
I know, I'll
You're
be
in
there.
for a few, hey?
I am. Yeah,
Good deal.
I'll be there, and it's my first time going, so it should be
Good
pretty
luck
cool.
to you.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big event down here. For those who don't know what it's about, you can enter your projects in.
I hear
for,
the podcast guys are gonna be there.
Oh yeah, I think we might be there. We might
Rumor
make an
has
appearance.
it.
Was I
Rumor
supposed to
has
say
it.
that?
Appearance? Yeah, we might be there.
Yeah,
We just might be
so
there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
You
going to be
guys
awesome.
gonna go live there or do a video? or?
Nope. This
No,
time.
this stuff all stays
We're leaving this
here.
every. What I might do a little bit of interviewing there. We'll see. But no, we got our setup here and it's pretty cozy. So we'll leave it. We're gonna back here tomorrow, right? We're back here
I
tomorrow
wish I had a
morning.
little bit more lead wire here.
We're running out of running out of cable here.
Fix that for the next guy. Anyway, thanks, Kev, for sitting down with us, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you for the rest of this week. We had a fun time down in IBS last year in Vegas,
we did.
and we lost you midnight. It was like last night. You ducked into one casino, never came back out.
Yeah, my phone died. Couldn't find you guys.
Phone died, and
2 days later.
Yeah. Hey, well, I also just want to say some good things about you guys. You know, like what you guys are doing is amazing. I'm super thankful for it. And the Ultimate Deck Shop online, your store, proud of you guys for what you've done, and it's just amazing. You know,
Thanks,
happy
buddy.
to have
Thanks,
you guys as
man.
friends,
Thanks,
and anything I could ever do to support you guys, I'm always there to do that. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what this is about, making friendships like that,
That's
right?
it, yeah. 100%.
So sweet, man. So
100%.
sweet. Cool, man. We'll let you get back to drinking beer because I know
All right.
that you're shaking. You probably need one now, but
Thank you.
thanks for sitting down and spending some time with us. Kevin, if you guys want to follow me, he's at NFDI.
It's so much weirder
on
there.
Instagram.
I feel
So,
like I'm in another place.
I think we got a few more people that were lining up to get here. Hey, Simon, you ready to rock and roll? Simon wanted to get on here.
You're going to keep them rolling? We're not going to shut them
We're gonna
down?
keep.
No,
Let's keep it rolling. All right.
Keep this rolling.
Scooch over a bit.
Darn.
We'll get some
We're
more
gonna
cable.
scooch over, get some more cable for these guys.
There we go.
Thanks, Kev.
Yeah, however.
All right, here comes the next man of the hour.
Do you think we could get somebody to refill this beer for me?
Oh yeah, Kev.
Can we get a refill, please?
Hey, you gonna bring some beers now?
Can somebody
Relegated to barmaid.
wench?
Simon, how you doing, buddy?
Really good, really good.
Good. For those who are on Instagram, Perfect View Simon. Is that Perfect View Simon? I got that right?
Yep, Perfect View Deck, Simon.
Perfect View Deck Simon?
Yeah, I build decks.
Oh, I've been following the wrong guy for 3 years.
Damn it. Who is this imposter?
You always look different in person.
Thanks so much. Beer delivered by Invisarail.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about yourself, Simon. You're also, so far we're 2 for 2 on Canadians here. You're
Yes.
from the Toronto area as well. So
Absolutely,
Let's
yeah.
hear a little bit about you here.
I've been building decks 15 years, and I love it.
And that first
Love
one's still
what we do.
standing?
The first one, actually, we've ripped it out and built a new deck.
There we go.
in the same space for a new owner of the house. So, yeah.
How did you get the job the second time? Did you staple your business card to the fascia and then it just stayed, or?
No, I just neighbor. It was a neighbor, actually.
yeah, right on.
Yeah. So,
That's what Kev was just talking about, how once you get into a spot and work on a deck, it's easy to, like, just kind of advertise to the neighbors around and make sure that
Absolutely.
you, like, work the whole neighborhood.
there is some streets that we've done, 10 decks on for some reason. That
Cool, man.
Awesome. So tell us about yourself.
I was born in South Africa, and
For real? Is that true?
yeah.
Okay, I would-
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't know if
I don't know how
I didn't
deep we're
believe you
going
at
here.
first.
I thought that was just a bullshit line.
And moved to Oakville, which is just outside of Toronto,
Yep.
deck store territory.
Yep.
And just went to school to be economist, banker.
Yeah.
And
I pegged you for a banker for sure.
Completely, I got a job actually
At the
with a
Fifth
bank.
Third Bank.
No, and I just couldn't commute to Toronto,
Okay.
so I ended up building stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
And I love it. Yeah, I was always into building, and
Now you're making bank.
and I
There we go.
love designing. So between being able to build, design, and put everything together, I think it's a beautiful thing. And the industry's evolved. As when I started, I've kind of ridden the wave of the Paul de France, the decked out, and
Absolutely.
so that's kind of, I've basically been involved in the whole industry as it's risen. And
So good. So when I graduated university, I had a degree in psychology, and I
Yeah.
worked with some people who had schizophrenia.
yeah,
And so when you talk about building stuff with your hands,
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So to be a banker, you go and you just like push buttons on a keyboard, and at the end of the day, you
Yeah.
leave the computer and then you go back the next day, you push the same buttons on the same keyboard, nothing changes. When I was changed into construction and building decks, it was amazing because you show up, there's a pile of lumber, you leave, there's a deck. And it's like, look what I did.
Absolutely, and I still invest. I can still push buttons
Yeah.
at home on my computer
Yeah.
and invest. So, but I wouldn't see myself doing anything else but
Awesome.
building.
Good for you.
Yeah,
That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name? perfect view. What's that?
Perfect View Decks. I don't know. I just woke up one day. I got the domain name the next
Which is
day.
a challenge in and itself for you,
yes.
is waking up in the day.
It is. Not today.
As we found out yesterday, rolls in at 10:30 at night. He's like, well, I just got up.
10:30 p.m. Everybody.
So what I want to do is I want to bring the ultimate deck shop down to Toronto.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what we got to do.
Holy smokes, here it
Yeah.
happens
Here.
right here, eh?
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
We should get you a napkin. You're sweating.
I know.
Why?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
You're not being interrogated or anything, so
Just a conversation with some buddies, man.
He's usually sleeping right now. So.
I'm pretty shy, actually.
So,
Yeah, I've gotten that vibe from you.
what else? What was the project you worked on this year that you're the most proud of?
The project we're doing now is pretty nice, but I think the AZAC deck that we did with all the curves, it was like phase one. It was a Star Trek house, a heritage home in Mississauga, a really nice, wealthy area. And we're going to be there a month in the spring, finishing it off.
Nice.
And it's pretty incredible, yeah. So I had Dennis from Curve Your Deck out
Good old
curving
Is
the
he
boards.
not here?
I know, where is he? He's not here with
I
Club.
thought for sure he'd be
He
here.
said he was coming here, yeah.
Tough guy to lose.
Yeah.
Man, he's like a foot. He's a foot taller than everybody else, right? Dennis is a big dude, man.
Yeah.
Strapping blonde gentleman.
Yeah.
He's my Dutch brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you travel much outside for work, Simon, or do you keep it pretty close to home? Because you're in a pretty populated area.
Yeah, I keep it very close to home. Like, there is so much money in our area. In Oakville, it's like one of the highest per capita incomes. And Mississauga through to Toronto. I mean, I
don't have to travel very far.
I don't have to travel at all. Like, literally 15 minutes from home. And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No wonder you don't listen to our podcasts. They're all 40 minutes long.
you don't drive far
I
enough
don't
to have to
drive
listen to
far.
them.
It's true. It's true.
What's your commute? 45 minutes. That's the average length of a deck podcast. So, yeah, well, that's good. That's good. We're not nearly as populated as you are.
Oh, man.
Much smaller market,
Yeah.
You got into the screw pile business too, right? You want to chat about that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got bought into a franchise 5 years ago. Did it. I used Techno a few times, and I looked at a solution so we didn't have to do concrete anymore, because my engineer started calling for was 24-inch bell bottom, 16-inch, 14-inch footings, right?
We thought 16 was outrageous.
If you have to excavate that much dirt, I mean, that's a whole extra day.
Absolutely.
Where, and again, I always like doing stuff myself. So I had a post hole guy early on, but then I bought a dingo and I started doing my own posts. But I don't like contracting out, so I just decided to buy into the franchise.
And so you don't like contracting out. Why?
Because I'm
Money.
Or is it
money,
a
but I like
control
to.
thing?
I'm a control. I'm a
man.
control from the start. I never even trusted a postal guy because he would just leave the site too dirty. So
the end goal on that is that your customer has a better experience because you know
from
what's
start
going to
to-
happen.
You know
Start.
everything from start to finish.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
that can be a knock. It can be a knock because you can't do as much stuff if you're a control freak. Like if you got to do all the stuff yourself, it takes longer.
I could be a millionaire now, to be honest, with how many decks that I could do if I had
If you
four
just let
crews.
some of it go.
If I had four crews and just be like, go build a deck, big and small, wood, but it's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're true to the art, right? True to the form.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a tough thing to overcome, to kind of leave your trust in other people and let your touch not be so close.
Well, I did that. Actually, last year I had a really bad experience where I had somebody go out and sell decks like for me and design. It's a good friend, but he sold decks for way less.
Does he listen to this podcast?
No.
All right, let's light him up. Light him up.
No. He's my brother still. I'll never light anyone up. But if you give that away and it's not me at the dinner table selling that deck, then it's not Perfect View Decks.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it's, and if it's not my guys, my best friend who has been building with me for 15 years, I can sell a deck and I know it's done. Adam, I don't know where you are, but like I wouldn't be who I am without him. And I think that, if you can send 4 or 5 crews out every day banging off decks, it's a different business than
right.
Yeah, it's an entirely new model.
It's a totally different business, and I'm not, that's not something I want to get into.
You're not decent obstructed view decks. You're not buying discount tickets here.
But there's a place for people like that, right? There are companies that have to do that.
There are companies, even buddies of mine that even say that they'll do a deck a day. That's what they like.
Amazing.
That's what they like doing. Going in, going out, pressure treated, and he said to me, he's actually at the show as well, Alpine decks. And he's like, Simon, your business is so different from mine.
Yeah.
But he's like, but I don't want the headaches that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
He said, the bigger the job, more money they spend, people expect you to do more.
Yeah.
They expect you to pick up the dog shit in their fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can.
It took until episode 51 for an F-bomb. The control freak lost control.
So I admire that, but there's no pride there. Nothing against him, but that's getting in and getting out. That's not what I got into the business.
It's a different
I
business.
like doing cool stuff.
Some guys
are a different business.
Yeah, some guys are in
the deck business
for making money. If you want to make money, then knock out the square decks and do a ton of them. That's where the money's at.
That's where the money's at.
Do it.
If you want the vanity a little bit and something to be proud of, well, you're probably gonna have to give up a little bit.
You do. You do. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you'll throw in the odd light.
Well, the job
It's
we're doing now, all of a sudden, customers like, I just bought 2 heaters, Infratech heaters. I'm like, okay. But he just expects us to build the boxes, drywall the boxes. Doesn't say, hey, I know this is going to cost you, because the job's over $100,000.
Yeah.
So whatever he's throwing in, all of a sudden he's like, I got all these lights. I'm calling my electrician. He's like, now I want the gas line here. I'm calling. That's all stuff time-wise that, what do? I got to call a gas guy. I got to get a gas guy.
Right.
What do I say to him? I just did all this extra work for you. No, but he's going to say, but I'm paying you $100,000.
Yeah.
So it's like expected. But when you're knocking off one box deck, you don't deal with those problems.
That's right.
You don't deal with those issues.
You're gone before they get home.
Send me an e-transfer. Instead you gotta when you're picking up a installment payment of $25,000, you're gonna build those boxes and just get it done.
Yeah.
And,
100%.
Good for you.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon, appreciate it. We got another guy waiting to get on the podcast here, so we're gonna slide you out. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for popping on
Sorry
here.
about these sweaty headphones.
If you guys want to follow him, it's at Perfect View Decks on Instagram.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, next up, he's got a big smile. He's gonna
He's
light
ready
some
to
stuff
go.
up here.
He's ready to go.
Rock and roll. Still got a pretty good crowd here, tipping back the beers, hey?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna fix this right now.
Yeah, okay. Hold
you
on, we
get
got to
that-
fix the mic.
Give him some cord.
What is he? Number 4.
We can slide this over a little bit if we need to. So, we want to get a draw done here. Do you want this mic?
I'll take the mic and I'll see if we can.
Do we need to record
Doing
the
some
draw?
prize draws here.
Don't hold that near it.
Yeah, that might not. There you go.
Hello.
Hold one sec, boys. We're gonna
ticket when you got a beer.
do a prize giveaway here while we get our next guest suited up here.
Gotta turn it up a little bit. Can everybody hear me? All right. If you got a beer, you got a red ticket. We're gonna have Shane pull the
Gotta
red
be present
ticket,
to
and
win.
if you win, you're gonna get one of the Ox coffee boxes over here.
Oh, Ox coffee box.
We're gonna
Those
keep
are
doing
good.
that a couple times.
Okay.
Stick around. Must be present to win. Okay.
I had a coffee from the Ox coffee box today.
I did too. It's pleasant. Here we go. We're going to
sounded
draw a
pretty
ticket here.
East Coast
How it
right
works,
there.
if you came here and got a ticket and a beer or whatever, you got to draw for the Ox coffee box we're giving away here. There's the winner right there.
All right,
Let's
this
hope it's somebody
number
wearing a
is
deck hat.
2258148.
Okay, Come on, buddy. Here we
There
go.
it is.
Oh,
There's
we
the
have a
winner
winner.
right there.
Wow, it didn't take long at all. There
Winner,
we
winner,
go.
chicken dinner.
She's been sticking around the whole time.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Now she's gonna ghost. She's
There we
gonna
go,
like get
yeah.
out of Dodge.
Get yourself an Ox coffee box.
That's
folks.
a good time, and that's a Deckmasters employee.
There we go. Really?
Is it?
Yep.
Rigged.
Yes.
Rigged.
This has been
Redraw,
set
redraw.
That's awesome. Okay, we got a new guest here. Tell us a little about yourself. Who are you? Let's intro this.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Stevens. I'm with Deckmasters. We're a custom deck builder out of Greenville, South Carolina.
There we go.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't snow there, I bet.
We get about a 1-2 inch storm a year, and
Yeah, that's
shuts
true.
down the roads for about
That's
4
cute.
or 5 days.
That's
Yeah.
really
5
cute.
days, yeah.
Couple people die.
Yeah, so, but no, we've been in operation about 6 years now. Current owners have owned it for about 4. I've been with them coming on my 3rd year. I'm in sales with them, and so I'm the guy that creates all the headaches for the builders on our crews, and they create the magic for us. So
There you go.
Well, that's one thing we have in common.
Yeah,
Hey.
creating
What, creating
headaches.
Creating the headaches.
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2 on the last 2 nights, actually. I created So, what we just got off here with talking to Simon about kind of different types of builders. So, some guys that just kind of go after the custom work, they got one crew because they want to be hands-on, and then there's other guys that are running 3, 4, 5, 10 crews and just kind of pushing production. Where do you guys kind of fall?
So right now we've got 4 full-time crews, really kind of depending on the crew, what specific jobs they're going to get. We've got 2 crews that handle any of our bending, kind of the more custom jobs.
Nice.
And then the other 2 crews are going to be more specific to the few wood decks that we do a year, as well as some of the more traditional square decks, not going to have too much of the rounding, and kind of turn and burn on those types of projects.
So you got 2 skilled crews, and then you got 2 banger crews.
Exactly. I mean, and that's
Love
the thing
me a
is
banger
even our banger crews, as you would call them.
So good, right there.
I actually just made that up.
No, but I'm
Brand
gonna steal
new.
it absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a phenomenal job for us as well. It's just those custom jobs. It takes a little bit more of the artist aspect for some of those builders. So
Right.
we really usually don't get on them to finish too quickly. They take that special touch with the homeowner because they know they're spending a little extra money for that custom
100%.
feature, and so
You want to give them the
spend
best experience possible, right?
exactly. So.
That's awesome. You're kind of a hybrid of the 2 models we talked about. You do a little bit of both. That's wicked.
Yeah, we're looking to expand probably in the next couple of years as well.
Like into Canada?
Probably not, but
Yeah, good call.
If that's an option, I'm originally from Maine, so I don't think I'm going to make it that far north.
Yeah, right. That's far enough north,
We're
probably.
thinking like North Carolina.
Yeah.
Go from south to North Carolina. Yeah.
Just the other
Baby
Carolina.
steps, baby steps.
Just imagine how excited your other crew is going to be when you go back to home and tell them that they're part of the banger crew now.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys know you're a banger? Yeah, that's going to be good.
They might
have to
take
get-
some pride in
Might
that.
get some custom T-shirts for that one.
Yeah. You better tag us in a post
Yep.
if you do that.
Do you guys, you mentioned you do some wood decks here. You talk, what kind of wood decks are you guys working with?
So we're using going to be a grade 1 kiln dried clear product. That's really all we use. We're not going to use a wet treated lumber for any of the decking material or for any rails or posts. It's that Carolina heat just turns them real quick.
Twists them
During
pretty
that-
bad.
So
eh?
is that like a yellow pine?
Yep, it's going to be a southern yellow pine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't get a lot of that where we're from, right? Ours is all like a spruce pine fir SPF mix. That yellow pine is it's beauty. It's nice. It's a good looking board.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, you guys up there, you definitely get a little bit different product than we do, and that's one of the reasons that we have kind of shifted away from even wet treated and decreased the number of wood decks we've done over the last few years. Is the quality of the southern yellow pine, it has decreased, and the price point is going up with all the construction that we've seen in the area.
Sure.
Right.
And so with composite decking, making that move to a more competitive price point, it's a no-brainer for our clients to make that jump
Right.
and get away from something that they have to worry about.
You guys have a preference on the low to no maintenance products that you use, kind of between PVCs or composites, or any certain brands you like using, or you kind of do it all?
We do it all. We've done some work with, the most common brands that we've used is the Trex Enhance, as well as the TimberTech line that came out. But we don't do a whole lot of them. Usually, once we get the product in the hands of the homeowner, it's a pretty easy decision to spend the extra money and go up to a higher quality board.
Sure,
So
yeah.
Right.
Have you done much with deckers at all? Is that something new to you? Or?
That's something new to us. We've seen them at the last couple of deck expos over the years, and we're really impressed with the product. And so we're going to be getting in touch with our local rep down there in South Carolina.
Good deal.
Sweet man.
because it's one of those things, like I said, putting it in front of the homeowners and say, hey, it's at the price point you're willing to spend. Let's get you this on your deck board. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good looking stuff, that's for sure. Everybody makes a good board, right? As long as you're working with the big brands, you're pretty safe.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, good. What do you guys do for railing? Is it a big well, I got to be careful how I say this. A composite market in your area? Is that kind of what people are installing, or aluminum?
We do quite a bit of it, but we've actually moved from my personal preference, just from a aesthetic reason. I really like the aluminum rail systems.
Yeah, you do.
It breaks up the kind of the monotony of the composite aspect and gives you kind of that different texture feel on a deck, which I really like. And we have a lot of lakes and mountain views where we're at, and so the aluminum rail tends to be a lower profile.
Yeah.
And so it keeps people from falling off, but doesn't ruin the view.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of cable rail stuff too, and then frameless glass in that area then?
That's another thing that we looked at the show this year is the glass options. We've done some cable rail, but it's one of those things that the price point for it being so labor intensive, a lot of times folks end up saying, hey, I'd rather spend a little more on my decking board than the railing aspect with it. So.
Awesome. That makes sense. How's the market down there as far as competitiveness? Are you guys, where do you kind of rank? Are you kind of one of the bigger operations down there?
We're definitely one of the larger operations. In terms of competition, there's other deck builders, but there's no other custom deck builders.
Right.
There's a lot of guys that can come out and bang out a bunch of 12x16 decks.
Lots of bangers.
Yeah, lots of bangers.
A lot of bangers. And
Everybody's a banger, really.
I would say a subpar banging. And so, we're really the only custom deck builder in the upstate of South Carolina. And so we run into a few crews here and there, but nobody that's doing the design aspect that we are, from the start to the finish, having that dedicated sales team, project manager, and then your crew that's on site every single day. So
Good deal.
we really kind of put it above and beyond what the standard is.
So the Deck Expo, is this your first Deck Expo?
This is my third.
Third one. Why do you come here?
Talk to you guys and drink beer.
Yeah, no, like it's
Best
not really
answer of the day.
It's not really a trick question. It's just like, what's the value in this for you? Like, if somebody's listening to this podcast, why should they be here? What's happening?
Shut up, Wade. He said he wants to talk to us and drink beer.
I mean,
You're making this way too difficult.
It's exactly what you guys are doing is having conversations with other deck builders and finding out, hey, you guys may be in Canada, but we can learn something from you and vice versa.
Yep.
And having that opportunity to see how other builders are helping their clients, what the different products are out there, and being able to have your voice listened to by, these product reps that say, hey, this is what we're looking for. And lo and behold, a few years after saying that, you see that at Deck Expo. It shows that you have a voice in the industry. And so if you're a builder that's, never come to Deck Expo, it's something that it is valuable. And we bring our whole team and treat it as a team building environment.
Awesome.
And so we learn something and go back and hit the ground running when a lot of crews would say it's a slow time of the year at the end here. And we're already getting ready for 2020 with something like this. So
Good for you.
Yeah. There's so many value. Did you do any of the educational seminars? Have you done those?
We did that our first year when we came to Nashville. The last 2 years, just from time constraints, we haven't been able to, unfortunately.
Nashville's a good town.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Did you have any fun there?
No fun in Nashville.
Yeah.
No.
The worst
end up,
city ever.
What was that bar at the end of Wannabes? Did you end up at Wannabes and karaoke at the end?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Started at Tootsie's, ended up at Wannabes, and sucked like
Yep.
everybody else in Nashville.
Yep. No.
Good for you.
I believe there is video evidence of that that night, but I cannot confirm nor deny those allegations.
There's a lot of guys running for politics.
I think I was going to
here,
say, you
I
must
think.
be politics is in your future, I think.
Are you guys on Instagram?
We actually are not on Instagram just yet. I know we're getting up and running, but we've actually started doing a few educational videos called the Masters Mustache Minute.
Perfect name.
From the Banger
That's-
crew.
Yeah.
Every Monday, we try to put out a quick little 2-minute video talking about different aspects of why we do things the way that we do, whether it be joist spacing, why we prefer to do a rebuild versus a reskin.
Good for
all
you.
those little things to, because first and foremost, when we go out and speak with a homeowner, we're educating first.
Absolutely.
A lot of times, it's their first time building a deck.
Yeah.
And they don't understand what the costs, what the aspects of going into it, truly what a safe aspect is for them, and one where they're not having to redo this, in a couple of years. So.
Awesome.
So that's all on YouTube, is it? Or
So we've got some on YouTube, and we've got quite a few on our Facebook page.
nice.
Yep.
What about your MySpace page?
MySpace, no. I tried setting one of those up in 7th grade and gave up after that.
Awesome, man.
So what's your handle on Facebook? We'll just look you up.
Yeah, if you just search Deckmasters of Greenville, you will find all of our videos on there, and I am the face of the Masters Mustache Minute. So
I love the
There we go.
alliteration on that.
Masters Mustache Minute.
Got to go out on Mondays.
Triple M, man.
no wax in the mustache today, but
Good for you.
Yeah. But we're gonna have some more coming out at the end of this year as well. Really kind of making a point to dedicate a lot more time to it in 2020 as well.
Sweet. Awesome. So yeah, if you're listening, go check that out. It sounds like it'd be a hoot to watch some of those videos.
yeah.
I'm going to check some out, I can tell you.
Laugh and learn. That's our philosophy,
Yeah.
right? Laugh and learn.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, man. Thanks for
guys.
sitting down
I
to the
appreciate it.
podcast.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you. All right, we're gonna find our next guy. I think Mike from Simcoe.
Our next victim.
He's kinda,
Come on over.
he's looking like he might want to.
Yeah, I'm going to. I need out. I want to.
I think he might think we're serving steaks.
I
here.
got to
He's
go to the
looking-
washroom.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to go this way.
We're gonna squeeze around
All right.
here. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm
So we're gonna
scooch
lose
over a little
Wade.
bit again.
We're gonna lose Wade.
And as soon as he gets back, you're going to lose me.
We're trading a Mike for a
All right.
Wade.
Scooch in here, Mike.
Okay, Mike's getting suited up here. Still a good crowd here at the Deck Expo, at the Decker's booth, I should say. This little Instagram meetup is a great idea. Lots of people sticking around.
Okay.
Mike, you good to go?
I am good to go.
Good
Hear
to
me okay?
go. I
I can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. Yeah, we're
Fantastic.
good. Mike from Simcoe Decks,
What a booth this is.
right?
It is a booth. That is correct.
This is one of the more impressive ones here at the show, I would say.
Yeah, good little crowd going.
Yeah, it's
good.
pretty thick in here. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Yeah, so we're Simcoe Decks. We're based just north of Toronto in Ontario, Canada. Smaller crew, just take on one project at a time, me and another guy. Basically only been going for about 2 years now. We did pressure treated to start. Majority of our decks kind of transitioned over into the more composites and PVCs this year. And then probably going forward for next year, I think we're looking to kind of move exclusively over to the composite PVCs. Our biggest thing is just with the way that they're growing, all the fast growth lumber, pressure treated and stuff these days, like those top boards just aren't holding up for us, and it's
Right.
it's horrible to go back to a job like a year later, and it's like just disheartening to see what it looks like. And if they would have just spent a little bit more money and taken a little bit more care in it, probably could have had a better product going, right? And
I've never met a person who regretted spending the money to go to a composite or something, right? You meet people all the time that go the budget route and then regret it 3-4 years later.
Yeah,
come back
absolutely.
and be like, oh, I wish I would have just waited.
Exactly.
And spent the money.
Especially now with some of the companies that are out there, like in the composite. I guess we have a Canadian sitting with us, so we can say composite this time. They've actually really closed the gap price point wise. They've made it so much closer to the actual, from using pressure treated decking to the composite side of things.
yeah, so the TimberTech Edge was actually a huge seller for this year. The majority of clients that were asking for pressure treated decks, we would just show them the option of the TimberTech Edge. You got the two colors. It's not a perfect solution by any means, but it's definitely a way better
It's a good one, though.
It's the no maintenance
It's a good
aspect
price
of
point.
it, right?
It's durable, like quite
Yeah.
durable for that price point.
I'm talking like their entry level composite compared to like their PVC boards and everything
Sure.
like that. It's not a perfect board by that means, but
right.
yeah, for the price point, like you're not going to beat it.
Yeah, if you're paying like in the U.S., you're paying something that starts with $1, it's not going to be the premium product, but compared to wood, like it's a big upgrade right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's held up great for us. It was a great seller this year. Like I said, we don't push it unless they're basically looking for a pressure treated deck, and then we just kind of present them with the option that if you're looking in and around the pressure treated pricing for a slight premium, we can put you in the TimberTech Edge. And yeah, it was a great seller for us, easy to work with and everything like that. The supply and everything was there. We never really had any issues. We had a couple of times they ran into I think supply issues there where they were kind of four-siding their groove boards.
Yeah, I heard about that from you, I think.
Yeah, so the only time we really ran into an issue is where we got like a two-ply lot that was it was an 8-foot high deck, so you could see underneath, and half the boards were finished, half the boards weren't. But literally, it was like a 2-day turnaround. They sent us all fully capped boards all the way around, and took care of that. So
good.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, you got into this. What were you doing before, and how did you get into owning a deck business?
Yeah, so I've always had a carpentry background and everything like that. Starting back in like high school, my dad was like basically a general handyman, so just helping out with some things in and around there. I actually went to school for architecture, and then decided I wasn't going to be sitting at a desk and designing and drawing all day. I just wanted to build.
Seems
this
to be
stuff.
a common thread, hey?
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much fun you can have behind a computer, right? So so I did.
Well, it depends on what you're looking at, I guess.
Yeah, it's good for a couple of minutes a day.
Sounds like I might need to show you a few things, Mike.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
No. So I did the school route, did the architecture thing, and basically took on a summer job with a local builder where I was. So we did. I basically transitioned into doing custom cottages. Did that for a number of years, and then I had a couple of friends that went down to the city and did the whole carpenters union thing, and sounded great at the time. The money was lucrative, all the benefits and all that stuff that went along with it. But it was a crapshoot to begin with. I don't want to knock them too much, but there's no pride or quality or anything in anything they do, right? So it was like honestly disheartening to see, and like just so organized or disorganized, like chaos. So luckily enough, a family friend had approached me and asked me to do a kitchen and basement remodel. I took it on, and basically was able to just kind of line up a couple things, and we put in a couple of decks like in and around as well, while we were still doing like remodeling and stuff like that. And then like just everything with decking just was like a perfect fit for us. Like we don't have any problems. It's a one price quote. Whatever we quote, that's what their final prices are paying. They're not getting any surprises or anything like that. We're generally in and out in like a week or two, so like it's not like you're disrupting their lives for like 6 months or anything like that. I'm not married to one client or anything. And you can't beat like working outdoors. I'll still take a day working outside in the snow.
Outside in the summer.
That's one of the things that Shane and I used to build together. Before the retail side just got a little bit busier than we could handle, leaving Wade by himself.
Well, he's on vacation all the time anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Golfing. He's a big golfer. Yeah. But that was that's the trade-off. I mean, we spend more time inside now than actually being out on the tools, and that's one of the things that I miss. But
I take a shitty day outside any day over working inside. So.
Right.
Yeah. Stop making me regret my life decisions.
So anyway, we should have a chat when we get back.
Well, we're looking to hire anyway, so if you guys want to move it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Sweet. Yeah. Pack her up, boys.
Leave Wade with the store.
Just down the street from us. This is your first deck expo, is that right?
Yeah, it's first really like kind of any expo this. We have a local kind of like build show or whatever like that in Toronto, but very little like deck exposure. Like you get a couple of the helical guys there and stuff like that, but other than that, there's really no like deck building products or anything like that. So
what do you think so far? You like it? Yeah,
it's been pretty good. Like some of the booths are a little overwhelming, and they did a great job. Some are a little bit surprising and small, but there's definitely some companies we weren't aware of, some companies that we were looking to come down and gain a little bit more knowledge about, and just basically learn more. And then the greatest thing is that I talked to so many of you guys like over the last like year and a bit on Instagram, and then to actually put faces and have that conversation and be in front of one another is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's so good, right? That's the best part of this.
I think that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. This is my first Deck Expo as well. So I mean, hearing Wade and Shane talk about the boys on social media and on Instagram, like contractors from Ontario, things like that. So to hear about them, but to actually like put a face to the name and actually meet the people in person is it's like a huge bonus, because you can develop this personal relationship with the
it's
people,
pretty funny too. So for our Instagram page anyway, we're not really in like the spotlight. I try not to like post too much of myself or anything like that. We try to make it more like all about the product and everything that. So a lot of people were like familiar with the Simcoe Decks brand, but didn't actually have like the face behind it. But like seeing all the guys and like it's just like almost like an instant friendship. Like you feel like you've known these people forever, like already to begin with, right? So
right, exactly. Yeah. No, that's super cool, man. So so social media, so Instagram, Facebook.
We do a little bit on Facebook, but basically the extent of our Facebook is we do a post on Instagram and we just link it over to Facebook. To Facebook, we really don't do too much of our like advertising or anything on that. It doesn't really get much of our time. Like I said, it's literally just clicking that button to post it to Facebook as well. Instagram's been great for like the building and like learning different tips and techniques and everything like that. I don't know if it's really paid off in a money like value or anything like that, like from actual client perspective. But we have like now that we've worked on projects and everything, like we have clients that are on there and watching us and everything. But I'm sure it's only a matter of time before.
That'll come, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's so good just to if prospective clients can watch you, how you operate, see what kind of work you do, see the person behind the business a little bit on Instagram or any platform before they meet you. You've already gotten the hard part over with.
Exactly.
They already trust you. They know you do good work. They know your personality a bit. It's like it's removed that first rapport building step, which is so crucial. So
we know like right away, like we're not going to go into any job. We're not competing on price type of thing. We're really just selling us, selling our personality, selling our service and everything like that. So that's another thing. If they can like relate to you, they feel comfortable with you and everything like that, they're a lot more likely to go with you, even if you come on like slightly over what other people are charging, right? So
right. So I guess let's talk about railings for a sec. So what's kind of what's your preference when it comes to railing? Wood railing, cable railing, aluminum railing?
So like I said, we're a new company. Last year we did a lot of wood railing and everything like that. This year we made it a minimum standard that we're not installing any more wood. I won't even do like wood posts or anything. It's minimum aluminum railing. So we use a lot of we basically use 100% Regal rail right now. But it's been cool to come to the show and see how everyone else is like advancing in their railings.
There's quite a bit here. That's what I've noticed walking around the floor today.
And even like every manufacturer's got like more than enough options that like you never even considered too. Like there's been some gorgeous cable rails here and everything like that. Fortress had a pretty killer booth. Decorators, they got some cool things coming up here too with the railing and everything like that. And they're pre-assembled panels and everything. They're just going to make it even easier to install, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's always on if there's a way to make it more feasible on the back end from the labor side, like that's where the consumer's going to save the money, right? Because it's two fewer hours or two less hours that you got to bill the consumer for labor on top of that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so we always said too, like even though like a wood rail comes in a lot cheaper material-wise, you're paying for it in the labor end of things because it takes you twice as long to install the thing, right?
So, or you should be charging more. Some guys make the mistake and don't.
No, everything's just the same linear foot price, right? No, so our wood railing before and our aluminum railing wasn't a huge premium over that, but like I said, we made the conscious effort this year to do a couple of minimum standards. We said that we're not doing any more concrete work. It's 100% helical pile footings and 100% aluminum railing. And at the end of the day, like all our clients have no problem with it, and it's been great for our business. So
good deal. Good for you. I stepped in. Shane's now gone. Wade's back. It's like random chairs over here. Shane's mic is really nice.
He gets the nice mic.
His headphones.
I was wondering about that. I was like, why is there one different mic? I thought that was like the guest mic, but I guess that's his mic.
He gets like upset if you use it.
So I wonder, like in a case of when it comes to the piles, like concrete versus helical piles, I guess if you're not really giving the consumer or the customer an option on what they can use, it's like
why not? It doesn't matter to them. They just want to know the deck doesn't move.
Exactly.
And then the way we can like kind of sell it and everything too is like the helical piles that are coming, an engineer's signing off on them. Like you got guarantees at the end of the day. I've seen way too many decks like just heave and settle in there like that when the concrete's not properly done, or you set the concrete a little bit too late in the year and it doesn't fully cure and everything like that.
Do you watch the Bro Laws at all? Follow them on Instagram?
Yep.
So that like the talk of heaving piles, I just actually, that jogs my memory. They did one this summer, right?
They did one. I believe Dustin from Aztec Decks, he had another repair as well from some heaving concrete.
Yeah, like the piles just didn't work out. They heaved and then
did they have actual helicals? I think they had concrete footings that were done properly that just heaved and then they came in and replaced with helicals.
So the Bro Laws were like, we're not here to knock anybody. Like this was done properly. These are the legit.
Yeah.
It was done well. It's just shit happens.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to go in with Techno Metal Post.
Yeah, so like really our hand was almost forced into the helicals to begin with. So what we were doing our own concrete piers and everything back in the day, and we hit a high water table that didn't allow us to use our concrete footing, so it forced our hand into the helicals. And honestly, it's what everyone says, you use them once and you're sold on them, right?
Well, it's a time thing too. It's like literally it takes, I mean, our part of the world, it takes 15 minutes for our guy to put a pile in.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it's ready to build on. Like you're pouring concrete piles, you have to wait.
Yeah.
Like
So we had another huge thing to that is we don't have to wait for inspection, right? Like we just have our engineers sign off on it, and we're good to go. We had a nightmare story. We were working on a massive, I want to say it was like 6,000 square foot deck, and it was like probably in the range of like 40 to 50 concrete piles. The inspector didn't show that day, rained that night, and every single one of those piles collapsed.
Ooh, your turn.
My turn. BRB.
Musical chairs here.
Get out this one.
Did I get away with that? Did I leave and go for a pee and nobody noticed I was gone?
No, I told.
I
told
you
him.
threw me out, eh?
I did. I had to.
That's okay.
That's a nice mic you got over there, though.
Oh yeah.
We're all taking our turns using
This
that
one
mic.
here, yeah, it's the crown jewel of this whole podcast, that's for sure. That's why I sound the way I do.
Yeah, I don't mean to talk like this, but it does.
It's the mic.
It's a setting on the mic, actually.
Yeah.
Where are we at? I missed.
We're just talking about the helicals and how we made it our kind of our minimum standard that we're not building with concrete piers in anymore, and kind of just going over all the benefits and everything that go along with it. And like I said, the biggest thing is it's like anything. You want to spend your money on like the things that are going to like kind of last long. So you don't want to skimp out on the foundation of your house. You don't want to skimp out on the foundation of your deck.
It can be the hardest part to sell, though, right? It can be the hardest part because people don't get to see the benefit. You really have to explain it to some people.
Like I said, we don't. It's our minimum standard, so we don't even offer a concrete.
Yeah, that's just included. Yeah,
You missed that part. He just does it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
As you should.
Because like you don't get a second chance to do the foundation.
No, exactly.
It's like one crack.
Well, you might, but it's not a good situation.
Yeah.
So another good scenario with that too was we actually were doing a little bit of a complicated deck, and our landing for our stairs didn't exactly work out the way we thought they were going to do. Ended up in a slightly different spot. They came in, took the piles right back out, and then put them right back in.
Back it out, put it back in.
Exactly. And I don't have to deal with any extra concrete or anything like that. So
That's so good, yeah.
Okay, do you have anything else?
No, that's pretty good. We got someone else lined up here to get in.
I don't know if we do or not. I stopped kind of asking around, but
We're at 55 minutes on this one. We might be able to just...
Anyone?
Bueller?
Any Bueller?
Crowd's starting to die down a little bit here.
Yeah.
Jace, you got anybody else that wants to get on here, or?
I'm looking around. Let me see what I can find.
Okay. We're doing another draw.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can choose some time up with that.
All right.
Wade, do you want to pick this one? My wrist is sore from picking the last one. That was a lot of.
Are they heavy?
A lot of pressure.
Here, hold on. Let me start. Let me put my ticket in.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Here, Jace, pull this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go, folks. We're just gonna
Pulling up.
do a quick
Everyone,
thing here.
red ticket time.
There we go.
You got a beer, you got a red ticket. I got your matching one here. And if we pull it, you're going to get yourself a Knox coffee box and a bunch of other stuff with it. So
Another Knox
this time,
coffee
Wayne's going to
box.
do the honors. You got to be
So
present
good.
to win. Here we go.
I feel like I might have to
Drum
draw
roll,
a couple
please.
times on this one. Here it is.
There we go. Sticky fingers.
All right. 225 8209.
Come on, baby. Who's got that?
I'm telling you,
Got
I'm
that
pretty sure
coffee
that was
box.
my number, but I lost the ticket.
the crowds,
One more time.
like the crowd's going down.
Oh no,
We're gonna do
not
this a
here.
bunch.
That's a burner, hey?
You watch.
When you win and you're not here.
My number is 5. That's what I think. I think we're gonna pull it 5 times.
8163.
You should just give it to the Cascade guys.
We'll try one more.
Keep going.
They don't have one of those.
Roll
Ox
those
boxes, do
dice.
they?
I want this one right here.
I feel good about this one.
225 8241.
Come on, baby. Somebody put up your hand. There it is. Hey, finally, who we got?
3 leaves.
3 leaves. Takes home an Ox coffee box. Told me earlier today he doesn't like coffee. This is weird. I don't know if maybe you guys talked about this when I ran away to the potty, but you did some of the educational sessions yesterday. Did you guys talk about that?
Oh, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
So what'd you think? You took in a few of them. Which ones did you do?
So
and what'd you think?
there was some that were better than others, but at the end of the day, you can always take away something from it, right? So you're never going to go wrong with learning. That's one of the things we always try and do is like try and put ourselves in different situations in front of different people and stuff like that. And then just taking as much as we can. We took in a marketing one with you there, Shane, in the afternoon. I thought that one was really good, really well put together. There's a lot of stuff to take from that. It was a good time. And
we've talked about these educational seminars as being a kind of a key component of this whole week here on the podcast quite a bit. And to be honest, we'd never actually been to them ourselves. So we thought this year we should probably make this happen.
At least
we like to talk about what we know about. We didn't know anything about it. So we took in a couple. We went to the one, all three of us, and kind of took that in. Then we split up and took 3 different ones. And I think each one of us brought away some value out of those things for sure. So
yeah, absolutely. And it was a great turnout in every one. Like our morning class had like 90 plus people in it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the rooms to be so full.
Yeah, so we did our morning class was in the room beside the one we did our marketing one in. It was like literally twice the size, and it was packed. There wasn't a seat in the place. There's people literally sitting at the back of the room because they didn't have a table spot.
Wow.
Yeah, and I felt I did the 2, and I felt like the presenters, they knew what they were talking about. It wasn't their first rodeo, right?
Yeah, so all the presenters and everything were great, and like I said, even stuff that didn't directly relate to us or anything like that, there was still something to take away from it, right? So.
You know what my general overall takeaway from that is that people that are here are taking their business seriously.
Yeah.
Right? They're here to learn. They're here to they're here to network. They want to give themselves a competitive advantage over the next guy.
Yeah. And I've always said that from the beginning. I was like, you can be a great carpenter and everything like that, but at the end of the day, if you don't have some kind of business sense and a way to market yourself, the word of mouth is only going to get you so far. And if you're not taking advantage of your industry and everything like that and making the most of it and making connections that you wouldn't have made otherwise, like you're literally just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you got to work at it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Get to work.
Yeah,
it's a tough business to set yourself apart sometimes in some markets especially. So everything you can do to kind of give yourself that leg up a little bit. It doesn't take much effort to get these things or to spend that little bit of extra time or money to do things, but some guys just don't.
Yeah, so we actually we just went into the process of hiring a professional photographer that's basically built into all our contracts now.
Good for you.
So every single project that gets done, they're going to get professional photos and everything like that. So the client loves that aspect of it. And we've posted a couple of them to Instagram here, and they've been a big hit. And honestly, it's night and day difference between a photo on your cell phone compared to a professional edited photo.
100%.
It'll blow you away.
I built a deck probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I built one that
It's more like 4 or 5 years since you built a deck.
Yeah.
This is the last deck you built.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the last one, but it was probably about 4 years ago. It wasn't super extravagant. It was kind of neat. There was a lot of angles and took up multiple tiers, and et cetera, et cetera. But I think I just got my drone.
Yeah.
And flew it up, and that deck with all the angles and stuff was looked kind of cool from the air or whatever. And I posted it on Instagram, I think, and just for my own personal benefit. And the homeowner happened to be on Instagram and happened to find me, whatever, and saw that picture. And all of a sudden I got an email and was like, "Hey, can you send us those pictures?" Like they wanted the pictures of their deck because they can't see it from that angle.
So we do our own drone pictures, and I find the drone pictures great and everything like that, but it doesn't really necessarily capture the detail of the deck, right? You kind of just got an overall picture, like that's cool structure, good lines and everything like that. But like the stuff that so we were using Nat Karen, and the stuff that she was doing was just phenomenal. Like she'd take a picture of a corner of a rail, and I've never seen a rail that looks so good before, right?
Yeah,
and
no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. And so even we were doing a townhome project, and it was just 6 basic builder decks, and there's nothing fancy to them. They're pressure treated decks, 10 by 12 decks, and she came in for an hour, photographed them, and was like, I didn't think these decks could look so good.
Yeah, she's got a different eye for that, right?
Exactly.
It's her job.
And we saw her on Instagram like that, and she has a certain style, and no matter what she does, it's she just basically takes a picture and turns it to gold, right?
Yeah,
so,
good. And that makes you look better.
Exactly.
Right? Now you're looking like a sick builder because you hired a good photographer.
Exactly. And like I said, so we just started using her, and it's worked out so good that we basically built it into all our deck codes from now on, that they're all going to get the professional photography, right?
Good deal. Yeah, that's so good. Good.
Yeah, I think that's you really set yourself apart when you start doing that. I know, like Steve Sousa, what's it? He rebranded
Sousa Outdoor Living.
Sure. Out of Edmonton or Sherwood Park near Edmonton somewhere, started doing that. Where he started staging his decks and then bringing in a professional photographer.
Yeah.
That takes that deck from being like a deck you built and took a picture of like everybody else to something that you would literally see in a magazine.
Exactly.
And then people can understand like how you would use that space and like those little details. It's like the TV shows, right? Like the decked outs and the TV shows at the end. They bring in the stager and some designer, whatever they call those people that do that, and they like put plates and napkins down and silverware on the tables, and it's just like it makes it look so amazing.
Yeah, so they actually, the last large Trek stick we did, they brought in a professional stager at the end and basically set up the sofa and everything like that, all the pillows, the throw pillows, the little plants, everything like that. And
it adds the color into it too, right? It brings
crazy.
life. It's
like the deck looked awesome to begin with, and then all of a sudden you throw that like little bit of furniture, pop it, and it's like next level.
It goes from being a brown deck to something that has like pops of like green plants to it and some red and yellow throw pillows, and all of a sudden it's just like it's magazine worthy.
And then it's like I want that. I want that deck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was actually NS Builders that we were kind of following, and then when he went to like basically like using professional photography, like everything, and like I said, you can just tell the difference between like a photo that you've taken on your cell phone to professional photography.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hopefully there'll be no looking back on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to wrap this up?
We got one more.
One more?
Or do you want to wrap it up and then hit like two? You're in an hour. You're an hour long.
That's fine.
You're okay? Okay.
All right. Thanks for everything, guys. We'll see you for drinks later.
Yeah, sounds good, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Mike. So we got one more guy we're going to jump on with here. So,
Jubs, you going to slide in now?
The Oxbox coffee winner here.
Look at this. Do you even drink coffee? About to start.
He does. Yeah. He's actually used his coffee box a couple times already. He just won it 17 minutes ago.
Holy.
So nice and cozy.
All three of us back in here.
Just kind of tucked in here.
We should have lined up actually like the way we went out last time. First to go.
All right, we got our next guest. He's down. He's got the headphones on. He's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah,
got a beer in his hand.
Who do we got?
Let's go.
My name is Terrence Owens, 3 Leaves Woodwork and Construction.
Nice.
I'm in Loveland, Colorado, northern Colorado.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great
Beautiful state.
Colorado Rocky Mountain High. You know that song? John Denver?
No, I don't know it.
Oh,
But
great tune.
can you sing it?
No. No, I can't.
It's bullshit. You can.
Do you know why they call it Colorado Rocky Mountain High?
Well, yeah, because he's like as high as a kite when we went up there, right?
Yeah, because the mountains are high.
Oh.
Justin, you were trying too hard.
I went way too deep into that one.
It was an elevation question and you failed.
Yeah,
you took that to the drugs.
If you listen to the song, he had to have been on something, so I just assumed I'd put the two and two together.
I got to meet Wayne last night.
Yeah. That happened. I don't know that he remembered it this morning.
No.
Me, I did.
Okay.
You tricked me. You came in with you were wearing a ball cap today.
Yeah.
Last night you weren't. You had your hair did.
Yeah, I'm all
on the town.
I'm all about trickery.
And people and people wondered how Superman and Clark Kent could be so indistinguishable somehow, but all it takes is a ball cap for you.
Boom.
And that worked. So what do you do there? You build decks, you do all sorts of things, or what do you guys do?
Yeah, I specialize in decks, pergolas, patio covers, and fences.
Good.
Yeah.
And so a lot of your wood's in your name, so there's a lot of wood decks. Are you into the composites and whatnot? Or?
Yeah, my background is carpentry. I was a general contractor for 10 years before I started specializing just in the outdoor work.
Nice.
And specializing has been one of the best decisions I ever made.
100%.
Yep.
It's like we preach that a lot. Like and it's such a scary move to make for a lot of people, but everybody who does it is like, oh yeah, I should have done that a long time ago.
Absolutely. I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah.
So I was chatting with a guy earlier. His name was Brad. He was walking through the booth, and he had said the same thing. He listened to some podcasts on the way down, and right now he's a deck builder and remodeler, and is trying to get himself into the specialized process. He's like, you can't just cut ties and just be like, well, today now I'm a deck builder, that's all, because you got to pay bills, right? But he was saying he's like working through that process of specializing, and he was like, I was sort of inspired by the podcast that we had done earlier about it, and he was just like, let's do this. And so it's good to hear like some affirmation from you've done it, and you're like, yeah, no, do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a bit of a transition period for me. I was getting really burnt out as a GC. And
It's a ton of work.
It is, yeah. And my wife and I were looking at moving. We just knew we wanted to move. I was in St. Paul, Minnesota, and
That's a nice place too.
it's beautiful, yeah. And there's things I miss about it, but Colorado is where we decided to go. And I decided this is going to be my transition period. So I'm not going to be an everything remodeler anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this trip. I did some remodeling in the transition period because you have to fill gaps, but
Yeah. Pay bills, right?
you have to pay bills, but I knew this is the track I want to take, and I'm just going to pursue it. So for me, before we moved, I was starting to work with landscape architects, landscape firms, and I knew that that was my niche. So the biggest client that I have is through landscape companies.
Nice. That's
that's where it's
a
at.
good relationship to have right there. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the clients that are putting $40,000 to $240,000 in a yard. They want a really nice deck, really nice pergola. And if I can do a good job and maintain the relationship with the designers and the guys that are selling the projects, then they come to me every time.
Yeah.
So if you're able to give some advice to somebody who's like Brad, for instance, Brad's now looking to get out of remodel and specialize. You've obviously done some stuff that worked and some stuff that didn't work while you were getting to that point. If you could give him one pointer and be like, do this, what is it? What's the pointer?
I would say, oh man, that's a good.
Just one, right?
Just one, yeah.
There's probably several.
There's at least 5 for sure. But
Well, for me, having a goal is key.
okay.
And without a concrete goal, you can kind of flounder and not, go back and forth. And I could easily get sucked into doing the random tile job and, swapping out a window for someone because the opportunities are there.
Yeah.
But if my goal is I'm going to be a deck builder exclusively,
Stick to your guns. Eh?
a little bit, yeah.
That's a good one because it's hard for people to say no, but there's a mantra out there. A lot of people will say that a pivotal point in their life that made them a lot happier is when they learned to start saying no to people, saying no to certain jobs, and just like choosing the work that you get to do, and like life gets a lot better when you learn to say no sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
It can be hard, especially in a transition. You're worried about the fact that if I specialize, there's not going to be enough work. So then somebody calls and was like, I need a hardwood floor done. It's like, oh yeah, for sure. But then you don't enjoy what you're doing anymore if you're
Or like maybe you have some staff, right? You have some employees and you're nervous about not your mortgage so much. Like obviously you're worried about that, but you're worried about their mortgage as well, right? And it's like, I'm going to take this hardwood floor job because like I got to feed that guy's family too, right?
So is this your first trip down to Deck Expo? Have you been to these before?
No, this is my first one.
First one. Okay.
Yeah.
How's it going so far?
It's been great. I love it. Yeah.
Good.
Connecting with people from all over the country and, seeing new products, learning more about existing products I've been using, everything. It's just good all around.
Yeah.
The feedback we're getting is that the people are awful, right?
Right. Worst ever. Yeah.
Is that what you're finding too?
Yeah, I ditched the people I came out with, and I'm just trying to,
They should start calling it the deck douchebo.
So, Colorado, who do you work with? Like, who's your supply store? Really?
Cedar Supply.
Okay.
They're out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. I buy 95% of my materials from them. They're great customer service. That's what keeps me going back.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's the big thing.
It is. It's someplace where I feel comfortable sending a homeowner saying, here's a sales guy I work with. If he's not there, ask for this guy.
Yeah.
And I know when they go there, they're going to get taken care of.
Exactly. Yeah, that's big. And it takes a lot off your plate if you can just kind of let them do the sales process. We operate much the same way with our store. We try to just handle that part for our contractors. It's like, you don't need to know everything about the 6 brands. We do. So just send them in. We'll help with that part.
Yeah.
We'll let you know what you need to know.
It feels like an extension of my company. It's like having a showroom.
Exactly.
It's not my showroom,
Right.
but it feels like it's mine sometimes.
Yeah, one
It's
less
great.
mortgage to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Less responsibility for sure.
I wish I could park my trailers at their yard, but I don't know why they're not letting me do
That's a
that.
big ask right there. Did you take in any of the seminars yesterday or today, the educational side? Or?
I haven't been able to, no.
Yeah. We haven't either. Up until this year, we came for the show. It was like I didn't really care about the seminars and stuff. People said good things. We've never tried it before, but this year we decided to take a few in, and there's definitely some value there for sure. I think, hey, Varney, what you doing?
Shows up.
But I love the social aspect of the trade show floor and the nights, right? Like getting together with all the guys and having a good time that way as well. But there's definitely some value in those seminars as well.
Yeah.
The people that are in that room are all there to learn. They're all trying to grow their business. So you can meet a lot of good people in those rooms as well. So I thought they were pretty good. Are you going to the awards dinner tonight? Is that something you've looked into?
I am going out to dinner with the Fasten Master guys.
Good. There you go.
Yep. So I'm having a hard time.
They don't know how to have fun.
Yeah.
I think one of the most fun nights I've ever had at a deck expo was under the Fasten Master badge.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like,
That's good to know.
Might be in for a good time.
absolutely, it was the most fun.
Yeah. Are you on Instagram or
I am.
Facebook? What's your handle? We got to get people following you here.
Yeah, 3 Leaves LLC
Nice.
on Instagram.
3 Leaves LLC. Perfect.
That's it.
Are you pretty active on there? Do you post a lot? Do you find it useful for your business?
I ebb and flow with my consistency. Sometimes I'm trying to do once or twice a day for a few weeks straight, and then sometimes I don't do it for
Burn out,
a couple
need a
weeks.
break. Yeah.
But yeah,
And then you're sitting on the toilet one day and you're like, oh, I haven't posted for a while.
Here's 30 in a row.
exactly. Scroll through my photos.
I got to make up for lost time.
What have we done in the past 2 months that I can throw out there?
Have you been listening to the podcast prior to this, or is this new
This
for
is
you?
the first time I learned of it.
Nice.
Just subscribed.
Holy smokes, you
Oh, look at this.
subscribed and you got on same day?
Wow.
That never happens.
That's
You know,
rock star. That is.
I guess it's fate.
Fate.
Yeah,
what it
there we
is.
go.
Yeah, but
It's the best. It's the best deck podcast out there.
Is it?
Yeah. That's because it's the only one.
Number one of one.
I have to say I agree. So,
Yeah, and I've listened to 0. But I'm on it.
fully endorse all 51 episodes. I back everything that's been said on all of them. And
Perfect. I like this guy. I like this guy.
Hi, new best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, go Rough Riders. And
Oh, here we
smokes.
go. Clap, clap. Hey.
Yeah. Well, this guy wins today
Did
for
his
sure.
research.
Yeah.
well, I've got family in Regina, so I've
You've got family in
you've got
Regina?
Regina?
yeah.
We're based in Regina.
We for sure know them. That'd be funny if we actually did.
Yeah, what are
I
their
believe-
names?
I was-
Actually, we'll talk about it after. We don't say it on. We don't say it on that podcast.
I believe that I was looking this stuff up last night when you and I were talking, right? I was on Facebook trying to look up
Yeah. So my
Clark.
my
right?
mom,
I'm spelling it wrong.
Clark. Yeah, my mom was born northwest of Saskatoon. One of 12, if you can believe that.
Unbelievable.
So I've got family all over Canada.
Smokes, man. 12?
Yeah.
Could you imagine 12 kids in a house?
No. No.
I can imagine, but it's not like a good dream. It's more like a
Call that shit.
Try not to
nightmare.
go there mentally too often. Well, that's good. That's good that you have a tie-in with the old
There we go.
Regina. That's good.
all right. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate
a
you
lot.
sitting
thanks
down and
for coming
talking
on,
with us.
man.
It's awesome. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
You're going to come out tonight. This won't be the end of our
No,
hangout.
if I see you again, I will give you a hug and a hand or something.
Let's
Yep,
do this.
let's do it.
Run into each other for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
Awesome.
man.
Thanks so much.
So that we're gonna like hour and 15 minutes here. I think we're just gonna cut this queue off here.
Varney's on his
Is
way
Varney, you
over.
coming in to sit down?
Varney?
Oh my goodness.
We're going to shut the song down. Shut the song
We
down.
gotta shut her down. We're gonna take
All right.
Varney.
Second best pool player in the city.
I don't know if he heard that yet. Wait till he gets his headphones on.
He heard it.
Mr. Jason Varney is sitting down with us here.
He cast a shadow. Oh, he ripped the.
I did. I was trying to get the gross sweat off them, and then.
How you doing, my man? You want to put?
He can't hear
He
anything.
can't hear anything
he's
yet.
he wrecked his headphones.
Sorry,
Come on.
guys. It's my first time.
You should give him yours and fix this problem.
It's legit. It's my first time doing this. So.
Yeah, well, it's not every day you blow the cover off a set of headphones.
There we go.
There he is.
Cable on the left.
There you go.
Hey.
Now you can hear the sweet
now you can
sound of
hear
our
everything.
voice.
Yeah.
I didn't know if this thing would go with this big old melon.
Hey, speaking of big old
speaking of
melon.
big melons.
Oh, you might be the
the
Give
guy.
him a selling
This is
Cinderella
the
hat.
Cinderella hat. Nobody's been able to fit into this for 2 years.
Barney, you're the guy. You're the
think I
guy.
am the guy.
We're gonna make that happen.
Okay, we're gonna
Try that at the end. Try it at the end.
We've
Try
got
it at the end. All
we've got a
right.
double XL hat that we've been unable to find the suitor for
Sign this.
The glass slipper.
3 years.
Yeah,
and
well.
so yeah, man.
It's like me trying to. find my wife,
Yeah,
a long
that's
time,
right. That's right.
but held on to it.
I feel like anything I say now is just going to be offensive and inappropriate for the podcast. So, Jason Varney, you're from, what do you got? Dock and Deck is the name of your company,
Yes,
right?
Dock and Deck out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
There we go. And you still got the TV show? Is that still
We
happening?
are. It runs continuous. It's still on every week.
Okay.
It is just still airing season 1.
Docked Out. Docked Out on DIY Network
DIY
in the
Network
USA.
in the USA, GAC, Great American Country runs it, and you'll see it on a few other things. But it's also running in Canada as well.
Nice. That's awesome. It's a great show. I enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're a hell of a swimmer.
That's right. Not to mention one of the best looking ones you'll ever see.
Best looking swimmer.
There you go.
You and Michael Phelps.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, usually those swimmers are all like lean and muscular, and they're gross.
I'm a little on the round side.
Yeah,
You're the unique version.
keep some buoyancy.
Yeah, that's right.
So you guys focus on the dock side of things for the most part, right? You're building on the water a lot.
Correct. We our majority of our business, I would say 80% of the business is marine construction, 20% is decks. Up until this point, we have just recently added a big deck division after a expansion for the business, and but our focus has always been let's be a marine contractor.
Yeah.
And be the best marine contractor at it. And
Plus, it sounds cooler.
plus I ride around on a barge all day. Right? It's kind of cool.
How'd you pick that? How'd you decide it was that?
You want me to tell you how I picked it? I decided I need to have a job when the housing market crashed in 2008.
Okay.
I was building log home and timber frame homes, and it literally just dried up. There was no work.
Yeah.
We were doing a project for a guy in our hometown, and he said, would you build me a boat dock? Boat dock.
Yeah.
I build $1 million houses. I don't build boat docks.
Yeah.
And
Check yourself, right?
Correct. Check yourself. Exactly right. Well, I got home that night and said to Jennifer,
Is that your wife's name?
Yeah, my wife, Jennifer.
Oh man, this is why I like you so much. My wife's name is Jennifer.
My wife's name's Jennifer.
Look at
Wow.
that. Shane, what's your wife's name?
Not Jennifer.
Yeah.
JC.
66%.
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. I think we're at least.
Yeah, inside joke. Anyway, continue.
We'll explain that in a bit. Okay, so
and
neighbor
I
comes
told
over.
her that, and she said, so what? I don't want to build it, though. She said, why not? And I said, well, I'm just not interested in that. I'm in houses. She said, well, what house are you building next? I said, I don't have any on the books.
Isn't that amazing?
We had a conversation, and she said, maybe you ought to build a dock.
Yeah. So we compromised.
So we started building the dock, the first one, and people just randomly during the downturn of the economy pulled up by boat. You guys build docks? We've got a lake house. We want a dock. That one led to two. Those two lead to four. I end up buying barges and equipment, moving up. Business exponentially growth, doubled in business revenue every single year for 6 straight years.
Damn.
Wow.
So those first few, were they similar to what you're building now, or are they more basic kind of a dock? Like now you're building like 2-story.
Yeah,
like,
we just get crazy with some of the builds, but they were the first couple ones. They were little boat houses, I should say. Nothing really big. A 800 square foot footprint, 1,000 square foot footprint. Now we're doing jobs, literally 3,000 plus square feet of total decking over the water.
insane.
That's heavy,
insane.
man. Yep.
Yeah, 1,800 square foot on one level and double it up with a second story. So
Unbelievable.
what's some of the coolest features you've put into these things? Because I imagine like you're on the water, like there's some things you could do with that you can't do in somebody's backyard.
we've done some hydraulic slide out platforms. So if you have in the dock world, you're only allowed to build within a certain footprint on the lake or on the body of water. So if they say you're allowed to build a 20 by 20, for example, you can't build any bigger than a 20 by 20. That doesn't mean I can't make a 20 by 10 slide out that comes out when they're using it and then slide back under. We've done some hydraulic platforms that push out and in. Just finished one, entered it in all the Nodge awards and stuff that we'll see tonight.
Nice.
It's a big 30-foot water slide. It's
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
Now we're talking.
and
Can I come for a plant tour?
yeah, that's right. Anytime you want to come work, you're on.
No, I don't want to work. I don't.
No, that's why we got into this podcast thing. We're done working.
Yeah, that's right.
We just want to talk now.
That's like I feel like the Tim Tebow. I'm an analysis. But no, it's just we've been blessed to have the ability to build just the cool stuff that we all enjoy doing. I've got my kids here at Expo they run the business. Taylor really runs the
hell of a pool player.
Yeah, terrible at pool, by the way. But he runs the payroll. He runs the sales, all that side of it. Hunter, the youngest son, is the design guy. He does our designs, our layouts, everything like that. So he wanted to come in and see the new products and just kind of get a glimpse of the people in the industry. It's turning over to them. You guys aren't there yet. My kids are now 20 and 26, so it's time to start passing the torch and letting them run with the business.
We're in that awkward in-between zone between you and your kids, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're in that awkward zone.
Yeah. I'm always in
That's
the
always awkward.
Since high school, right?
Yeah.
We actually create awkward zones.
Yeah.
So, because we're sitting on the decorators booth, have you used any decorators?
I have not used any decorators yet.
Why not?
I think it's a beautiful product.
Marine building, right?
I mean, it's a beautiful product. I think that what I find is we have where we just get in a little niche where that's what you do.
Yeah.
And it's not that that's what I do in terms of, I know it's in decorators booth and
You're
stuff, but I'm a Trex guy. I'm a Trex Platinum. We really take Trex and the products we run with, and we run with those products. We say it's a great thing. I've had such a hard time, and I think that my kids will be better at this, working over the years of taking and adapting a little bit.
Yeah.
But if I have a product I'm working with, and that customer and that business works with us and gives us good support, I'm going to stay with them and get good support. Now, I love the products that these people are putting out. I think that Decorators has completely stepped up the game of patterns, colors, textures, sizes, widths, all that kind of stuff that you just don't see in a lot of it. But I haven't used it, but that's not to say I won't use it. If a person calls me tomorrow and says, hey, I've got a Decorator's deck on my house and we want it to match our dock, they're getting a Decorator's dock.
Yeah.
So it's we want to do what's good, but we also want to do it with good quality products, and I do find Decorators to have a great quality product. So
yeah, they've really kind of kicked the door down these last couple of years and kind of made a bit of a splash. You didn't really think of Decorators as for decking, even though they've been making it forever.
Yes.
Under different brand names, whatever. But this last couple of years, you can tell that they're starting to listen to the market a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of the companies. They really have.
Better.
They've got better at, I think, and as you guys will all probably agree, I think there were some leaders in the industry for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hands down. And, we don't have to really beat around the bush. We know those leaders.
Yeah.
But now, they were always trying to play catch up to the two big guys.
Yeah.
Now all these people have listened to the contractors, listened to the homeowners, listened to them and said, hey, we want this color. We want it to have multi-widths. We want it to have this texture, whatever. And adapting that and also bringing up the quality of their board made it to where we don't see as many failures. I think the days of composite failures or composite failures, as you guys
You can
say,
go composite. We're south of the border.
We're south of the border.
So I think that I don't see as many failures on any product line across the board. I think they've all stepped their games up much better. And really just made it to where the market now is everybody's got good products. Which one do you want to run with, and which one are you going to stay true to?
Exactly.
That's right.
But we see so much new stuff. It's like the camo fasteners, the way they fasten, other things that are going down to help productivity and speed for us and our guys. So I can't say enough for the market in general, just really, really, really raising up across the board.
Yeah, the whole industry.
It's a
right?
it's an industry that kind of felt like it was maturing a bit, but there's still a lot of innovation happening, which is kind of cool to see. Unexpected sometimes, but
and people bringing it to light. That's the key. I think that when you see certain guys use certain products and really push those out to their customers, because as we know, this company can make the best product out there. Until he gets a buyer that's willing to put it on the proper project with the right budget and the right look and all that, it's not going to get seen on the major scale. So we get to see these guys showing off their stuff at, Instagram post and Facebook post and all these different social media outlets where they're now doing these projects, and we're getting to see it, and I'm like, man, that looks amazing. And because they're pushing their products and carrying it out there, a lot more people are trying things.
I think Instagram, that's probably one of the best things that's happened to this deck dock industry is Instagram. And there's some guys that are doing some great stuff out there.
I agree. I think that it also has to be reined in a little bit. And I mean, that is, I understand let's all talk about it, the Cortex plugs.
Yeah.
I've seen so many Cortex plugs go in that I'm tired of watching.
How do those
Cortex.
work?
I don't know how anybody would do that anymore.
I actually try to not sell Cortex anymore because I'm scared somebody will make a video of it.
Yeah.
So
we make them sign a waiver that they won't shoot a video.
No photography sticker on the box.
Unbelievable.
That's where I see, though, like that, where people are just, okay, so and so put it on there on his, so I'm going to have to do it, and everybody does it until it just beats the dead horse, and then now everybody doesn't want to even talk or see about a Cortex plug, even though it's the coolest technology ever.
It's one of the best in the last few years.
It's a huge, innovative thing. It's just that it's being overused. It's that song that's well played on the radio and just overplayed.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, listen,
Toxic by Britney Spears.
I danced to that.
Sing that. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
You really dug deep for that one.
No, that was the one I thought of, so there it is. I know for sure I heard that song too many times in my life.
Now I question our friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Instagram and every other social media outlet's really made a huge play on everybody. And it's also linked all of us.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I get to keep in contact with you guys. You get to see the jobs we're doing. You get to see the jobs that he's doing and carry on all around. And what it does is just build this little group of contractors or brotherhood in our industry together to keep a line of communication, even though we only get to see each other 2 or 3 times a year.
Peoplehood, if you're from Canada.
Peoplehood.
No, it's a great communication tool that keeps that community close. Like we see each other once a year, but it never feels like that because you've talked all year.
And you've seen live videos. You've seen other things that really keep people into each other's works and what they're doing and how they're doing.
I'm texting you pictures of I bought a new gun. It's like, hey, Varney, check this out. Look at this gun I got.
That's right, and I get to see it. So
there is some room on Instagram for people to maybe show some failures too. I'd like to see that change a little bit.
I think that is also what I think that everybody needs to see.
Everybody's perfect on Instagram. It's like you're not perfect.
Everybody sees, and that's what most people don't understand. And I always try to tell that to people here. Everybody's, oh man, Jason, it's nice to see you. Man, I'm so impressed with your work. I hope to one day get to where you're at.
Yes.
And I look at this guy and I'm like, man, I was watching your stuff and I was kind of hoping I'd get to where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
The life looks really good over here, but what you don't know is there's also a lot of problems within industries and within your own business and everything else. Trouble getting materials, trouble getting to the job sites, employees trying to get help, that kind of stuff. And a lot of these guys that, are striving to get to fame or whatever it is that one runs after on a lot of this stuff, they already have it.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do.
Yep.
I mean, I'm in the booth here, I saw Sean Premier.
Yeah.
And, I look at his stuff every day and I see all of his pods all of his YouTube channels and all of his posts.
Yeah, he's got some vlogs going on, right?
Vlogs and a lot of that stuff. And I'm thinking, man, what you're doing is really super cool.
Yeah, he's telling you, he's like, man, I want to be as famous as you. And you're like,
and I'm like, dude,
settle down.
You got it growing on, man. You really do a good job. And I have nothing but mad respect for all the guys throwing it out there,
It's so good.
Lots of stuff, lots of good work, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So
good.
Very cool.
What else? What do we...
Trying to think.
Got any questions for us? Do you want to know anything about...
So what, right about now, it's starting to get cold in the south. So what are you guys doing? Shoveling snow?
Oh, we're freezing to death is what we're doing.
Boy, it was so cold when we left.
It was minus 29 Celsius when we left. To come down here on Tuesday. No joke, man.
That's no joke.
Wow.
What the hell did I miss?
It just got really heavy in here.
Jubbs told him what the temperature was.
I told him what the temp was when we left.
Oh, yeah.
He just about froze to a chair hearing it.
Yeah.
No joke.
Oh, my God.
The man, the legend, Blair.
Somebody brought a little gift.
That's the best. He's one of my best friends in the whole world.
Yeah, it's cold where we are. So our season's...
Go ahead.
Our season's been cut a little short. We had an early winter this year, so
We get that all the time. Everybody asks us, what do we do in the winter? That's probably the biggest.
But see, everybody asks us that. They're like, hey, man, what do you do when it gets cold? I bet you can't build docks. Well, believe it or not, that's when people want docks.
Yeah, because they're not using their dock then.
They
Right.
want
So
it
let's
ready
build
for the
it.
summer.
Yeah.
So in the inclement weather and all the stuff that happens when seasons change, we have to stay getting after it, even ramp up and go heavier right now. So
yeah, that's good. We do purchasing, we do planning. There's not too many guys building through our winter. It is a little bit harsh, right? So,
but it's nice that it's
line
slowed
yourself
down to a
up.
point where, Deck Expo is this time of year for us. Like our buying shows are usually in January. So it gives us the freedom to, because we're not obviously super busy from a retail perspective, it gives us the availability to kind of do things like this, take in these trade shows and whatnot.
Very cool. Very cool. Besides that, what do you guys want to see? What do you want to see in the industry happen? I'd like to hear that from you guys. What are you looking forward to?
As a whole, what do we want to see in the industry?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, Varney.
More margin. I want to make more money.
Yeah.
Make more money.
Yeah,
No,
there you
like-
go. Honestly, though, the industry from the material side of things has lowballed itself down to the point where it's tough to do what we do. Like it's tough to make money selling decking, right?
Yeah.
So in the last year, all of the big, we'll call them the big three, right? So Trex, TimberTech, and Fibron.
Yep.
Those guys all came out with a lower price board, right? And it was like, how are we going to make more money? And our suppliers bottomed the composite market out. And it's like,
But my question to you is this, and everybody said it's
okay.
a race to the bottom, right?
sometimes it is.
But my thing with that is the board that they came out with, because we do use it.
Sure.
It's very attractive in colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the big company here.
Big three,
Let's talk about Trex though.
Okay,
They came
sure.
out with Enhanced Naturals.
Yep.
The colors that are in that are as desirable for some people as the colors more even desirable than their highest in line.
They're tropical
exactly.
transcend.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is people say, I love that tropicals, but man, that's the one I want. And I'm like, the board that you're picking is that, and they were saying, well, you can't make it in all the different grades. I said, last time I checked, Mercedes makes a C-Class in black and an S-Class in black.
Yep.
And they're still selling a whole lot of both.
Right.
Yep.
So maybe that's the thing the industry could maybe start doing is making more product in all grades. You know what I'm saying? Just the color patterns.
Right, just the color patterns.
And do it. But then again, we have to worry about SKUs, right?
Right. So as a guy who's got some product on the ground, settle down. I don't want you
calm
changing
down.
too much stuff.
It'd be like there's obviously some Decker's done a great job of tackling the traction issue with the Voyage line. It's really good, but it'd be nice if somebody came out and kind of beat the heat. Maybe it's an unreal expectation from people. Like things in hot sun are going to get hot, but it's one of the most common things that customers are looking for or have questions about is does this get hot? And there's a few companies trying to take a crack at it, but nobody's really
But here's
winning
the
on
other
that
thing,
front.
though, and I mean, I hate to say it like this, everybody says that, and that's one of the biggest things we deal with all the time, too. It burns my feet, okay? That stuff's dark colored. It's going to burn my feet. Okay, asphalt does when you walk on barefoot,
Everything
right?
does. Yeah.
Everything
Okay,
does, yeah.
but white sand at the beach will burn your feet walking
exactly.
to the beach.
I've been to the Dominican when it was 40 above.
Yes.
It's like, or 100,
Yeah.
or 110.
110,
It's like,
you better run,
Yeah.
or you're
Yeah.
going to blister your feet.
Or
That's
put your
why
sandals
they
on.
made flip-flops.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean.
Work
Like
shoes for me.
the market has this unrealistic expectation that the decking shouldn't get hot like other things do. And it's like, where's that even coming from? Why do you expect it not to get hot?
Yeah, I mean, it's a product that's
But
out in
it's
the
a thing,
sun,
right?
and it's something that should be. So,
Yeah, the sun cooks things. So.
besides that, the only thing I'd like to see is some OSHA-approved flip-flops. That would help me. Sunblock pill that I could just take. Not have to worry about burning up.
You just immediately take the pill, immediately have a white film on you.
No, everything else though is really good, and I love the podcast. By the way, I listen to it. Love the guys you have, the content you carry. Keep it funny and keep it real. So
yeah, we got to get you on for a full episode here at some point too. We'll have to do a call-in show with you here in the near future and dive into the Jason Varney a little bit deeper.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap. This has been I think this might be our longest episode ever.
This is a long one.
Wraps up. Thanks, Jason, for popping down and sitting with us here and sharing a bit of your story. What are you up to tonight? You're going to the awards dinner. That's
dinner
gonna happen. So we'll see you there for sure. Yeah, that'll be really good. Show, you got through the whole show today?
I got through almost all the show today. Yes.
Yeah, not super big, right? It's manageable size.
It's manageable size. Yeah, but good show.
Yep, awesome. Okay, thanks for sitting down with us. This is our first ever open mic, and it went extremely well.
Very well.
So
very well.
We'll be back here tomorrow shooting a few more of these podcasts. So tune in next time. See you guys. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
All righty.